guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. We're still here in Long Beach, California for the buildup of the Long Beach Grand Prix. And I have that one performance SUV many of you have been wanting to see more of. This is it. This is the first ever 2022 Acura MDX Type S. But before we get into this mid-size performance SUV, let's talk about what's going on here. Acura, that premium brand from Honda, has been around since 1986. The MDX has really been a game changer for Acura for that mid-size luxury SUV segment. Now, it isn't their smallest SUV. Remember, there is the smaller RDX, and of course, Acura has built a name for itself with vehicles like the Legend, the Integra, which is making a return, and of course, the mighty NSX. Now, we were at Laguna Seca not too long ago here in sunny California for the TLX Type S, and guess what? This MDX Type S is bringing all of that turbocharged goodness with all-wheel drive performance. Now, what I want to do is I want to find out, has Acura with the MDX Type S, have they hit a home run? Have they struck it rich with gold with this SUV? Is this the one to get, say, over probably its main competitor, which is going to be that Audi SQ5? So let's go ahead, let's dive into our Apex Blue MDX Type S and find out. Right off the bat, the color. Apex Blue is probably one of my favorite blues of any brand, and it really fits the lines of the MDX very nicely. Now, we already brought to you the redesign for the 2022 MDX, and this has a lot of the features, but let me show you some of the unique touches. First of all, of course, you're gonna get those LED chicane daytime running lamps, the LED multi-jewel headlight design. That is all part of that precision crafted performance. Plus, it's gonna give you a nice bright white light, especially in those darker areas where you drive, to keep you secure, to keep you safe. Working your way down, unique to the Type S is this corner vent area. Now, the good news is it is functional, it's gloss black, and it features the Type S unique design to the grille formation. Those are some of the things we brought to you on the TLX Type S. I like the way they have that unique identifier for the Type S branding, not only the performance that's underneath the hood. There is an area though that is non-functional, but guess what? The majority all the way around is functional, and I like the way the design mimics the grille. Working your way a little lower, you have some gloss black touches, especially on this lower portion, and full LED lighting on the lower side of things as well for the fog lamps. Now, as we come across the grille, this whole front fascia is unique to the MDX Type S, and you'll see all of the design element, it's actually been enlarged to allow more airflow. Now, if you're hearing race cars, that's not this MDX Type S yet. We haven't started up. They are running cars on the track right now as we speak. But like I was saying, this Type S grille design allows more air to flow through. You got that iconic Acura badge. Of course, a forward-facing camera on the Type S. I'm really digging the way they painted the perimeter of the grille opening in the body color, that Apex Blue, the Type S badge. It really shows motion, even though nothing is moving. I really love that unique style. Now, as we drop it down, same thing, that cohesive design, same grille design. We have a massive intercooler because remember, we have that all new turbocharged power plant from the TLX Type S is in this particular MDX. That lower lip is gonna help with aerodynamic efficiency. So not only does the front end of the business look more aggressive, all of these different design elements have been proven in a wind tunnel to give you more downforce, to give you better airflow. Now, when we get up onto the hood, of course, you're gonna have that nice rise, starts on that grille outer side of things, flows right into the hood, goes right towards the windshield, and then everything else is super clean design going towards the A-pillars. Now, coming around the bend, here's some big things, literally, that I wanna show you. Check it out, that's a 21-inch wheel specific to the MDX Type S. It is the largest wheel ever to be featured on an Acura product. I love this multi-blade spoke design, the gloss black, the machined aluminum. Of course, you got that Acura badge, and if you notice, Lurking behind the badge are those massive Brembo calipers, bright tomato sauce red with the Acura branding on it, and then lurking behind the wheel on top of that is gonna be that fully ventilated rotor to give you nice braking capability. Remember, we got all-wheel drive, so power is gonna be sent from the front to the rear to let that stick happen no matter if you're on a twisty road or even on a road course. The one thing I am gonna zonk is I'm not totally in love with the gloss black around the fender opening. It works, but I would like to see this also be painted Apex blue. The Type S badge prominently displayed. So much history with that badge, especially when it comes to performance. And remember, this is not just about adding a bigger engine horsepower-wise. We're talking about tuned dampers all four corners and chassis work that's been done to allow this MDX to perform like none other. Now, we're gonna give you a full 360 as we come to the driver's side of things, showing those beautiful lines in the California sun. There's those 21-inch wheels. And if you're wondering, Joe, what's the size of the tires? 275 on the width. All four corners, 275 on the width. And this is a nice 40 series sidewall to give you just the perfect amount of ride, stick, and grip. You're gonna get gloss black on the mirrors. Dig in the way they brought the trim from the base of the window, side glass, into the actual fender. That nice thought out process of design. Everything flows into the mirrors. You got low gloss black roof rails. The good thing about them being low is they're not gonna produce a bunch of wind noise. Hard body line down the side gives it that nice aggressive profile from the side. Even the way they did that lower sill in gloss black, this is unique to the Type S, the way it flares down and then it ties in nicely with the gloss black trim that kind of flares out into a butter knife design on the bottom end of things. Now coming towards the rear, good size on that quarter window, coming to the rear. I like what they did, but I wish they would have just done a little bit more. So you do get a different roof spoiler. I wish it was extended out just a little bit further. That way you could take this wiper. We're gonna have to zonk the wiper, put it underneath there and let it swoop down, because that would clean up the whole back. This thing would have even a sexier back than what it has, but you'll see your LED taillights. We got the turn signals flashing for you. That great chicane design, the Type S badge. And right when you thought you couldn't see any more, look at this, quad tip exhaust. I love the way it's a nice oval cut that's slashed, and you have this really sexy rear diffuser area just to give it that perfect look from front to rear. But why don't we go ahead, let's pop the hood and see what's powering our Type S. We got the hood pop. Now, before I let you in, let me just preface, this is a pre-production. So some of the finishes, like on the engine cover, are not exactly what you will receive until you get your production one that you've been waiting for. But like I said, Acura wanted to give us this special access to bring to you, so here it is. You have the hood struts underneath that hood, like in the engine cover. Looks clean, you got the Acura badge there, and then you got this guy right here, this super size turbocharged engine setup. What are we looking at? We're looking at a 3-liter turbocharged V6, 355 horsepower, 354 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission. You got that super handling all-wheel drive. The exhaust system does have an active valve, just like the TLX Type S, to give you greater sound when you want it. You could tow up to 5,000 pounds. And really, when you're looking at that engine compartment, there's so much work that has been done to the double wishbone suspension, to the chassis stiffening, to really allow this to not only go, but also handle as well. And when you're comparing it to that Audi SQ5, it's gonna be interesting because that also has V6 turbocharged power. But why don't we go ahead, let's get into the interior and see what big things are in store when you go Type S. All right, guys, we're inside this 2022 MDX Type S. I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, how much is this? What is the price? Now, I know you've been looking at those other performance SUVs, and you have every right to really cross-shop and do some educated shopping. Official pricing has not been unveiled for this, but I'm gonna predict. I'm gonna make a Joe Rady from Rady's Rides prediction. I'm gonna say MSRP is gonna be around $63,000, $64,000 for this Type S. We'll see. once they officially unveil that pricing. But let's see what eventually you're going to get for the money to the door panels. Love the style. So you're going to have soft touch material, that wood finish, very, very sporty but classy at the same time. A little bit of gloss black, nothing too crazy. And you do have 3 memory seat settings, which are awesome. Now, you're gonna get that really great sounding ELS 3D Studio sound system. I love the aluminum speaker grill cover there. Very, very nicely done. And the orchid interior, not my color of choice, but it definitely works to really allow that door panel to pop. You'll be able to easily get a 12-inch meatball sub and a bottle of Surge to wash it down in that door pocket. Now, going from the door pocket to the dash, love the stitching, the soft material, the black wood. The one thing I am gonna zonk, just like we've done before on the MDX, is the amount of gloss black here. I wish they would kind of do something a little bit different, because there is a bit of glare there, but you are gonna get that massive infotainment system. So over 12 inches of visual pleasure. You can see that you have your navigation there. There's the Aquarium Center down in Long Beach. We're here for the upcoming Grand Prix setup and everything. The big zonk, I know that you guys always say, put it in the comment section. You could touch it, but it's not a touch screen. So no functionality there. I'll show you though how you navigate through the infotainment side of things. There's more of that gloss black, but I do like the aluminum silver start stop button. Very nicely done. We're gonna have ventilated seats, and a heated steering wheel. You got that dynamic mode selector knob. And what's great is that they actually calibrated each of the modes specific for the Type S. I also like the way they hide the USBs. So you got a USB-C and a USB. Close it up, keep it clean. This is gonna control that 10-speed automatic transmission. And then you got some nice flat black material. This is how you're gonna navigate through the infotainment system. So you have that touchpad interface. It is not a mouse pad. It actually works better than that. Once you use it, I'm telling you, it's a piece of cake. You got your Mentos holder here, so when you're on a hot date and you've been eating Funyuns, you could chew on a couple Mentos before you kiss anybody. 2 cup holders, wireless charging pad with a nice palm rest, key fob, Type S specific. And remember, this is a pre-production model, so some of these finishes will be a little bit different when you get your particular one. Love the softness, the stitch work. Open it up, you got your Skittles tray, Slim Jim, and then you have felt lining in here for a USB, a 12 volt. You could put that gold iPhone 47 that your dad bought you for your sweet 16 birthday. You could put in there so it doesn't get scratched. And then seats. Absolutely stunning. You're gonna have the piping, the stitch work. This clothesline clip is not included. That's an option. It's in the letter A for Acura. More piping, and then of course you have full electric assist for the passenger, for the driver, and we got this massive panoramic sunroof. Goes all the way back. I'm gonna close it because it's hot right now. I had to put a hat on. That's how hot it is in Long Beach. But why don't you come over here at the business side? Let me close this up here before I forget. Close this up, and why don't you come on over here, the business end of things. I want to show you behind the wheel of this MDX Type S. Right, guys, business time behind the wheel. You do have 3 memory seat settings. I love the aluminum sill with the Type S branding there. And then footbox, Acura does a bang up job. You have aluminum dead pedal, nice and large, brake pedal and throttle. All your seat controls are easy to get to. Love the piping on here. It just makes the seat feel so much more luxurious and comfortable. I'm 6 feet tall. I'm swimming in space in here. You do have a steering wheel that looks like it's plucked right from the NSX. Flat bottom with the aluminum trim, the Type S branding, that beautiful horn button, thumb wheel controls, and then you're gonna have the paddles on the back of the steering wheel to go up and down that 10-speed automatic, electric tilting and telescoping. And you got a massive head-up display, but guess what? You get a little bit more. Let me give you 12 inches. Right there, 12.3 inches of digital gauge cluster. You could scroll through a cornucopia of different information, very clear. And even when you hit the brakes, look at how the brakes light up on the image there. Love the little touches, and that's what precision crafted performance is all about. But why don't we go ahead, let's get in the mid-row and see if your passengers are gonna enjoy holding on for dear life as you're carving those twisties like a Thanksgiving Day turkey. Let's go check it out. Guys, mid-row time. Tons of room for your mid-row passengers. And what's great is they're gonna get the same awesome style and quality to the seating. Now the backs of the seats do have the plastic, but the good news is if you're a parent and your kid is taking their powdered donut fingerprints and putting it all over this, you'll be able to wipe it off. Easily put a couple books, maybe 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, maybe Beowulf. Really educate your kids with some of those old classics. And then speaking of classic, you get a classic command center here. A little bit of gloss black, but the great news is you got dual climate control. I don't know why somebody has that set to roast, because it's already roasting down here in Long Beach. We got heated seats, no ventilated seats, which is a little bit of a zonk to me, but I do like the AC vents, USBs, and we're not done yet. Home power source and a 12 volt. So very, very nicely done. I got plenty of room over here. You got 3 across, but watch, boom. Now you got your captain's chair set up. I love the way they put this huge tray here for Skittles so that you could eat your Skittle, taste the rainbow, and then look out that massive panoramic sunroof at a rainbow. 2 cup holders, plus this is removable, which is awesome. Now, I'm not gonna get into the 3rd row. We've already done that in other MDX reviews, but I will let you see it. Since you're nice, I will let you see the 3rd row, and it's so simple. Watch this. Voila. Seat moves out of the way. Lori's gonna do her business and show off that 3rd row. Seats are really, really nice and comfortable. You got USBs and cup holders back there. But why don't we go ahead, let's get to the cargo area and see how much room we have in this MDX Type S. Guys, cargo area time. Let's see what we could haul as we haul the mail in this MDX Type S. You're gonna hit the electric release. It's gonna bring up, we got just enough room. Talk about squeeze play. We got just enough room. You'll see I kept the 3rd row up. I wanted you to really take in how much room is here with that 3rd row up. You do have plenty of storage. So this would make really the perfect track day vehicle, especially if you're, whether it's gonna be a support vehicle or the vehicle you actually drive on the track, because you could store all those great snacks, pop-up tent, the jack stands, the whole 9 yards. I'm gonna have Lori kind of swing in and show you on the driver's side. You do have a 12 volt and you have that massive area in the bottom corner that allows you to put pretty much just about anything. You could put a gallon of milk back there with no problem. Now with that 3rd row up, you're looking at 18.1 cubic feet of space. Fold the 3rd row down, it's gonna go up to 48.4 cubic feet of space. Fold the mid row down, you're looking at over 90 cubic feet of space. And what's nice is to put the seats down, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Boom, you're ready to rock and roll. You'll notice that the passengers in the back do have cup holders and they have USB jacks on both sides, which is really nice. And then of course you could remove that center console area, which really opens things up. But you know what? I'm waiting to go on throttle on one of these MDXs. I want to bring it to you. Stay tuned because it's coming, but if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's wrap this one up. All right, guys, it's been an amazing day here in Long Beach. I definitely want to thank the whole Acura team, Karina, Andrew, Jonathan, everybody with Acura are such great car enthusiasts. This 2022 Acura MDX Type S, they really brought some great performance, style, and definitely some of those fine touches. Let me know what you think. Is it the performance SUV, mid-size SUV to get, say, over an Audi SQ5? Would you go with one of the other German Euro brands, or is this the one for you? But if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Radies Rides family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, click the first link, become a Radies Rides Patreon member. Click the second link, get yourself some Radies Rides merch. Gotta give it up for that California dreaming behind that camera. Lori working it like a champ. Show her some love in the comment section. Surfs up, Lori, and just like always, I'll see you on the next ride.